know that silver dollar is worth more money than just $1. And that if you touch it, it'll remind you that money will come to you. And so I started doing that, and guess what happened? I never had a problem getting a job, and good jobs with good money. And you know, I went to medical school, and I'd never seen a poor medical doctor. And so, you know, some of these things just created what happened to me in my life. And part of that was filling that silver dollar in my pocket. Now, one of the mentors that taught Vicki and I, he has you put money up on your vision board. He has you put a $100 bill, a $50 bill, a $20 bill, a $10 bill, a $5 bill, a $2 bill, a $1 bill, and put them all together. And he says, these are your money friends. And he says, look at them, because you need to become friends with money so that it comes to you more easily. Because the more friendly you are with something, the more friendly it is to you. And so that's another thing that you can do to help create an energy that will bring money into your life. And most of us need more money. And so being friends with money or carrying a silver dollar with you is a very positive way to put the energy out there that you need more of that money. Okay, and carry the money with you. Know that doing good for people will make people happy. And when people are happy with you, they pay you money because they love what you're doing for them. And so always do good for people. Always help them. And the money will come. You know, it's very interesting. And Jesus taught, you know, the birds, the bees, you know, the flowers, the trees, they receive everything they need from the universe. Are you any less than them? In other words, he was saying, you know, human beings are one of the most amazing creations, and we are very important. So it's important to know God will take care of you. And if you need money, God will bring you more money. So this is my last slide. My assignment for the next 6 weeks is for all of you. Desire to be ready for the ascension. Have the emotions, have the thoughts, have the desire to become an ascended master, to go through the ascension. And guess what happens? If you do that every day for the next 6 weeks, guess what that's going to create within you? That you will be ready for the ascension. Now, help others wake up through the telepathy. That also helps you become an ascended master. Why? Because you're constantly putting out the energy to others to lift them up, to help them love each other, to help them forgive you or others. You know, helping others wake up through telepathy is the most powerful thing each one of us can do. Continue to study each day. I would get on YouTube and type in mentoring and watch mentoring videos, learn different techniques, do something every day to increase your knowledge, and then apply it. If we don't use what we call repetition and association and application, helps us to remember, and it actually makes us become more conscious because we're repeating and doing things in a conscious fashion. And we have to be able to associate, and that helps us remember what we're supposed to do. And so continue to study every day, improve your skills. I make a commitment to you that I will also do this. And just know that the next time you see me, I'm going to be an even better mentor because I'm going to even improve on what I've already learned. So just know we're in a progression. We're not going to regress, we're going to progress. And the way we do that is through repetition and assignment and continued education and learning. When I was a medical doctor, I always studied every day for at least 1 to 2 hours on the new stuff coming out, and I attended seminars, and I was one of the most progressive doctors I knew, and I knew about all the new stuff because I looked it up and studied it. And people were amazed at how progressive I was, but it made my mind expand and my intelligence expanded with it. So it's important that you do that. Okay, so test, measure, and adjust. So I kind of went into our question and answer period a little bit. I'm going to unmute everybody. And do you have any questions? Does anybody have a question? I went through, I always go through a lot of material fast. And I appreciate you being here. I hope I don't go through it too fast for you. I'm trying to unmute everybody. Okay, it looks like we're pretty much unmuted, except for Kathy. For some reason, she's not unmuting. Okay.
Everything real good, Scott. Thank you kindly.
Any questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Jane.
All right, so I think if I did mention anything about time and money, it seems that a lot of spiritual workers, a lot of them seem to think that if you're doing spiritual work, which I think this is, you shouldn't be taking money for it.
Okay.
I think that's a lot of things that people may have some hesitation about.
Yes. Now, Saint Germaine, when he appeared to people, the question is, as spiritual workers, we feel like we need to be destitute and walking around with, old sandals, whatever. But the thing is, Saint Germaine is all about abundance. And the ascension is not about poverty. It's about the expansion of the energy so that everybody has everything they need. Now, when Saint Germaine talked to me about the ascension, he says we're all going to have free energy devices, we're all going to have replicators, we're going to have money in our bank accounts. In other words, Maslow's pyramid of needs is going to be fulfilled in those bottom 2 layers so that we can move into the higher layers. Now, if we're worried about our rent, we're not going to be studying or meditating. We're going to be out there trying to find a job so we can pay our rent. Now, what's going to happen, believe it or not, is everybody's going to receive and be able to spend time doing things to expand their consciousness and get ready for the ascension. Now, that's not happening yet, and I'm not talking about the RV, but from what Saint Germaine has said, money is good. When he appeared to, I'll think of his name. Anyway, when he appeared to the guy up at Mount Shasta and he started training him, he started worrying, the guy he was training started worrying about money. And so Saint Germaine just held out his hand and he precipitated gold. And he gave it to, I'll think of his name here in a minute. But anyway, he gave it to him and he said, stop worrying about it. Start learning how to precipitate your gold. And Ballard, Mr. Ballard. And Mr. Ballard finally got the point where he actually was able to precipitate gold. Well, the Ascended Masters are all about us being abundant, having prosperity, having everything that we need, but not in excess, but everything we need that will take care of us. And so, as spiritual people, I've always believed, I was raised in the Mormon church, so I believed in tithing. And I believed that the more I gave, the more I would make. And so when I got, paid, I would pay more than just my tithing. And back then in the Mormon church, they had all kinds of ways they could take your money. And so I was always giving more than 10%, but I always received so much that I never went without. And so just know that as a spiritual person, you are doing the work of God, and the work of God should pay you well and give you everything that you need. So don't ever hesitate. Now, I don't hesitate to grant people a freebie either. If they say, hey, I just can't afford this, could you do it anyway? I always say yes. Because I believe as we take care of each other, everything will come back to us. In fact, when I was talking to somebody today about my first divorce that I went through, my ex-wife got this really nasty attorney, and literally I lost everything. But within 3 years, I had everything back in a different way, but it was even better than I had before. And so just believe that God's going to take care of you, and God does take care of you. So I've lived it. I know that it's true. So I can stand here and tell you it works. And asking people to pay you for your services is okay. As a spiritual person, we can ask others for money, for things that we do for them. And if they can't afford, don't worry about it. Just say, okay, I'll do it anyway. And guess what? It will come back to you. You will be repaid. But when God repays you, it's even more. So just know that that's true. And that's been true throughout my life. Any other questions?
Has Saint Germaine told you anything about when the ascension might be coming? Because the energies are increasing and increasing and increasing very fast.
Yes. Yeah, we've got a little ways to go. He did tell me 2034. And I had a man who I communicate with. He said that somebody who's channeling Oh, God. Well, he just sent me the thing today. I think it was Metatron. Or Melchizedek said the same thing to them. And so just know it's going to be about 15 years. A little bit less than 15 years, actually. And so we need to start mentoring people. And just think, there's 6 degrees of separation. If all of us would mentor 6 people, and then those 6 would mentor 6 people, and those 6 would mentor 6 people, we'd get through the entire human race within 6 times. So we need to start. And there's other people that Saint Germaine have been contacting besides me that are starting to mentor for the ascension. And I am so proud of them because they have taken the call and taken it seriously. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody else have a question?
Hello, Scott.
Hi, Fernando.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. My question question is, what would be a good, either a guided meditation that we can introduce to the new mentees, or even for us? What is something that you can recommend?
Well, I have done so many different types of meditation. I've done TM, I've done Vipassana, I've done Vishnu, I've done I've done a lot of different meditations, but my favorite is just breathing. And I really like Kundalini breathing because it increases our energy. And I've got a Kundalini breathing in my book. And I'll send you that chapter if you'd like. And the Kundalini breathing is just incredibly positive. It moves the cerebral spinal fluid so that it wakes the brain up. It uses every energy center and puts more energy in, and then you store some of the energy up in the 8th and 9th chakra so you can use it later if you need to. And I love that meditation. So if you'd like, I'll send you a copy of it.
Yeah, I'd like that.
I'll send it to all of you that are on here. Okay, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to give you all a blessing. Now, this is something I want you to do, is learn how to bless people and just bring the energy forth so that it creates an energy of confidence, an energy of hope, an energy of faith, that it heals the energy in the body, in the mind, and in the soul, and in the emotions. And so you can follow my pattern of what I do. And I was told by the Creator and the great divine director to give blessings when I was down in Colombia. And I started with Father Gabriel Mejia, who had a demon inside of his third eye. And when I gave him the blessing, I actually used some oil that I had gotten in Israel. You know, now it's pretty old oil, but I put that on his head, and immediately that demon came out. And then I had to confine the demon, and then I gave Father Gabriel a blessing that he would heal, because he had his face pummeled with a rock. And when I blessed him, he started to heal, and he's still grateful to this day. I communicated with him about 6 months ago, and he says, "Scott, you changed my life, and thank you for coming to Colombia." And, you know, so as we bless people, they remember the energy. So let's go ahead and give you all a blessing. And I always use breath. I always clear everything with my breath. Having been commissioned by the Creator of the universe and mandated by the great divine director to give blessings to all the humans on and off planet Earth, we give you a blessing of health and strength. We bless your minds that your intellect will increase, that you will become more conscious in your thoughts and in your living. We bless you that you will be conscious of those humans around you, and that you will be able to know when they need to have a mentor, and that you can offer your services to them, and that they will be grateful and pay you for serving them. We bless each and every one of you that you will use all the instructions that you've been given by the Ascended Masters, by the mentoring that we have received. And we bless you that you will be able to move forward in your lives and help wake others up and help them move forward in their lives so that they can get into the capacity of ascension. We bless each and every one of you that you will have thoughts of positivity and higher thoughts of association with the Ascended Masters. We bless you with these things, and that the Ascended Masters will be with each and every one of you and serve you, because that's what they do. They serve us, and they want us to get ready for the ascension. And we bless this and seal it upon you, In the name of the Almighty, I am that I am. So be it. So it is. Thank you, everybody. Now, I am going to be doing 12 more weeks of mentoring